Sometimes saying no to something that isn't a good fit is the best decision we can make for ourselves. And sometimes there are things we want to do but fear we won't have enough energy to do it, so we say no even though we would rather say yes. In this episode, I'm discussing how you can expand your capacity to do more by protecting your energy before and during the activity. Let's dive in. Hey lady, welcome to the Highly Sensitive Woman podcast. Do you struggle with self-doubt, setting boundaries, or feeling overwhelmed? My name is Alyssa, and I'm a highly sensitive woman who spent years trying to fit in, ignoring my own needs, and living in constant fear of disappointing others. But I finally discovered the power of embracing who I am, and now I don't feel so broken. In this podcast, you'll learn to find your voice, set boundaries, and live with bold confidence and inner peace. Grab a cozy blanket. It's time to connect with someone just like you. This is episode 14 of the Highly Sensitive Woman podcast, and I am so glad you're here because this week we are celebrating 1,000 downloads. Thank you all so much for listening. I am thrilled that you are finding the information beneficial and that you keep coming back week after week. I mentioned last week that 13 is a very special number for me, and so it is just extra special that it was 13 episodes to achieve this milestone. And because it feels so special, I want to celebrate with all of you. So I'm giving away one of my favorite books. Here is how you can enter to win one of my favorite books. You will have the choice of The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aron, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, or Abundant Ever After by Cathy Heller. The winner gets to choose, so you can enter by leaving a review for the podcast, sharing the podcast on social media, and then taking screenshots of both of those things and emailing them to info@lifecoachalyssa.com. And because I just love the number 13 so much, we're just going to stick with that theme of 13, and you can enter for the drawing by June 13th, 2025. And I am so full of excitement, so it seems very appropriate to talk about energy today. And I know as highly sensitive women, our energy can be very easily influenced by all of the things that are around us. And lots of things take our energy. Work or school. If you are a parent, that takes a lot of energy. All of our relationships, whether romantic or friendships or family, can certainly affect our energy. If we're having fun, or being active, going to the gym or taking a walk in the park or going on a hike. If you're doing meal prep, taking care of your home and maintenance. If you are thinking about things, if you feel that you are under stress, if you are ruminating, if you are going through a season of grief or experiencing physical pain. I could go on and on about all of the different ways that we expend energy, and whether it is mental or physical, our bodies can't tell the difference with that energy expenditure. Today, actually, I was going for a walk and there was a little boy. He was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I heard him say to his mother as I was walking past them, "I used all of my energy." And oh my goodness, I most certainly could relate, and I'm sure that you can too. So today I want to talk about how we can use all of our energy in ways that we want to and expand our capacity so that we don't have to say no when we really want to say yes. This past weekend was Memorial Day weekend in the United States, and for those of you who are listening in other countries, we celebrate our military on this weekend, and for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And there are usually lots of things going on and people have lots of plans. But for me, on Thursday morning, I had 0 plans for the weekend. By Friday afternoon, I had received a last-minute invitation from a friend to spend Saturday at her and her family's lake house. And I had also gotten a last minute invitation from another friend to go to the Indy 500. And side note, if you have never been to the Indy 500, I highly recommend going at least once in your lifetime. There is just nothing quite like it. But I digress. There was a time when I would have said no to both of those invitations. And there's also a time when I would have said yes to one and no to the other. And if I'm just completely honest, I actually considered that option as well. I questioned whether or not I really could manage saying yes to both. But when I thought about it, that is what I ultimately decided to do. I ultimately decided to say yes to both. And sometimes saying no is what you actually need. It is what is right for you, whether it's because that's always what is right for you with whatever that invitation is, or it could be that just in that moment, whatever you have going on in your life, saying no is what is right for you. But sometimes you want to say yes. And so I just want to talk today about how it really is possible to expand your capacity so that you can say yes when you want to. You can enjoy your experiences more. And you can do that when you protect your energy. And you can get the experiences that you never thought were possible. So today I want to talk about 3 ways that you can protect your energy and allow yourself to expand your capacity so that you can say yes when you want to. The first thing is, how do you start your day? For me, I like to start my day with about 15 to 20 minutes of some light yoga and stretching and meditation. I notice such a difference when I wake up early enough to start my day in that way. But maybe for you, it's that you want to start your day with prayer. Or a friend of mine, she likes to get up before the rest of her family because she knows that she needs to start her day with quiet and not the hustle and bustle of everyone getting up and ready at the same time. And she wants to spend about 20 to 30 minutes quietly reading. Or maybe you want to start your day feeling like really invigorated from some rigorous exercise. That's what I used to do about 15 years ago, and I have transitioned to a different routine because I'm in a different season of my life and I just need something different. Or maybe when you wake up in the morning, you want to just lay there in bed for, 5, 10, 15 minutes, cuddling with your dog or your cat or your guinea pig or whatever pet you have. Perhaps it's getting up and making a cup of coffee and sitting on the porch and listening to, if it is springtime, listening to the birds chirping and watching the sunrise. Or maybe you have a really big event that day and you want to feel super empowered, and so you start your day with a power pose. It's not about there being a right or a wrong way to start your day. It's whatever works for you to kind of set the energy and the tone for your day. And I promise you, it will make such a difference with how you go throughout the rest of your day. And if you haven't already figured that out, try different things and try different amounts of time. Maybe a 2-minute power pose is all you need. And so you don't have to invest a lot of time. Maybe a 90-second meditation leaves you feeling centered and grounded, and you are ready to take on whatever the day may bring you. There's, again, no right or wrong. It's whatever works for you. But I promise having some sort of morning routine will make a difference on the energy that you have throughout the rest of your day and your capacity to manage whatever life throws at you. And you don't have to be perfect. There are times when I oversleep. And, I mentioned I like to normally do 15 to 20 minutes. If I oversleep, it ends up being about 3. So just play with it and see what works. Tip number 2 for protecting your energy so that you can expand your capacity is to plan ahead. So when I got these last minute invites, I knew that I wanted to take my own food. taking my own food just relieves a lot of stress for me. It assures me that I will have something to eat and I don't have to stress and I won't be hungry and I won't be agitated because I'm hungry. And let me tell you, I can get pretty hangry. So my friends appreciate, I'm sure, that I brought my own food as well. But that's something that I do to plan ahead. Going to the Indy 500 this year, it was actually chilly, which is a little bit unusual for this time of year in Indiana. And I was struggling to decide what I wanted to wear. Ultimately, I was really torn between two different sweatshirts, and I wasn't quite sure, and I was afraid that I would make the wrong choice. So I just decided to wear one and take the other one with me and allow myself the opportunity to decide once I got there, or even carry the extra one in if I wanted to. And speaking of carrying things in, I took a blanket in because it was chilly and I wanted to be prepared, and it served two purposes. One, it helped with the cold because, it's a blanket, right? So it helps keep you warm. But I put it on the aluminum bleachers because that's what you're working with at the Indy 500, aluminum bleachers, which can be very cold and really, really hard. Like, there is nothing about aluminum bleachers that are comfortable, right? So by having the blanket, it served two purposes. It kept me warmer by sitting on it and keeping me off of the cold bleachers, but it also provided some cushion, which was really helpful because one of the things that can take energy from us, and I mentioned it earlier, is being in pain or physical discomfort. And so the third thing that I did for the Indy 500 to help with that was I proactively took some ibuprofen before I left, and I took some extra ibuprofen with me so that if I needed it, if I started experiencing any pain, that I would have it, because pain takes energy away from us. So anytime that you can plan ahead and take things with you that will make you more comfortable, that will help with your energy expenditure and allow you to enjoy the experience. And finally, and this is probably the biggest one, is when you are there, ask yourself in the moment what you really want or need. So when I was with my friend at the lake, I love being in nature. I've talked about that several times. And I turned to my friend at one point and I said, what I want to do right now, I would really like to just kick off my shoes and go put my feet in the grass and ground myself. And so that's what I did. I took a few minutes and I kicked off my shoes and I stood in the grass and I just kind of soaked in the nature that was around me. I took in the lake and the trees and the birds and really just got myself grounded. And it felt so good to say that out loud to my friend, that this is what I want and what I need in this moment. On the drive home, it is about an hour and a half drive from my place to my friend and her family's lake house. And about 30 minutes of that drive are on very windy, very hilly roads. I mean, like windy to the point that you can't see what's coming around the bend. You can't see what's coming at the top of the hill. And for that reason, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour. And I was going about 30 and felt comfortable with that speed. But there was someone behind me who clearly wanted to be going faster, and they were so close behind me that I could not see their headlights of their car. And it was causing me a lot of stress. So I had two options. I could continue to let them be that close behind me and be stressed, or I took option B, which was asking myself what I really wanted and needed, and that was for them to go around me. Well, because these roads are so hilly and windy, at no point is there a passing zone. So I took the opportunity at the first place that I came where I could pull off to the side of the road to let them pass, and then I resumed my drive. And I felt the tension release from my body as soon as I let them go past. And it felt so good to do what I wanted and needed for myself. And it released so much stress that I was able to enjoy the beauty of the drive, because that windy and that hilly with trees that were canopying the road, it was absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to be able to enjoy it and savor it. And I didn't want to be worried about the person behind me. So I did what I needed for myself and let them drive on as speedy as they would like to. When I was at the Indy 500, I took earplugs because, of course, race cars are very loud, and I would put them in and out as I needed. I would take them out to have a conversation with my friend. I would put them back in. I would take them out. It was what I needed in that moment to be able to enjoy the experience. And one of my clients has been doing this as well, and her story is so heartwarming. A couple of weeks ago, she spent some time with her family for a handful of days, and there were 3 generations of people. And she said that there was a moment where she was just watching the children play and was so excited to be seeing them. And she noticed in her mind telling herself that she should be asking more questions. She should be more engaged in conversation with the adults. And she asked herself in that moment, what do I really want? And what she really wanted was to just watch the children play and observe everyone else interacting. And that is what brought her joy. And that's what she did. And because of that, she was able to enjoy the experience even more than she normally can when she is with her family. And the other thing that was so cool about this is she didn't need to take a nap. Now, let me be clear. I am a huge fan of naps. I mean, my mom to this day jokes that they weren't sure that I was going to make it through first grade because I loved to nap so much. And I still, to this day, love a good nap. I mean, I've even talked about it on an episode here about taking a couple-hour nap, I believe. So I have nothing against naps. I think they are glorious and wonderful things. And at the same time, what my client noticed is for the first time with her family, she didn't need to go take a nap because she had protected her energy and did what she really wanted and needed in that moment, and didn't spend energy trying to be or do something that didn't feel right for her. And so she didn't need the nap. How cool is that? Now, if she next time decides that she wants to go take a nap and that's what she needs and wants in that moment, absolutely go take the nap. But by protecting her energy and doing what she really wanted and needed, she didn't need the nap, and she was able to just stay present and enjoy watching the children. And she really enjoyed the experience with her family, which is just so amazing and makes my heart happy for her. I had goosebumps when she was telling me the story. So I know as highly sensitive women, our energy can be very easily affected by whatever is going on around us. And I also want us to embrace the idea of accepting how we were created, and that there are things that we can do to protect our energy and allow us to expand our capacity to enjoy more things or enjoy the things that we are already doing even more fully. So think about how you start your day and set your intention and your energy for anything that life may throw at you that day. Plan ahead when you can so that you can be prepared for things that you know that might cause you stress, like food options or being comfortable. And finally, and maybe the most important one, is asking yourself in the moment what it is that you really want or need, and allowing yourself to gift that to yourself. I hope you find these tips for protecting your energy to expand your capacity helpful. And if you would like to be entered into the drawing for one of my favorite books, write a review for the podcast, share the podcast on social media, and email screenshots of those 2 things to info@lifecoachalyssa.com, And I would also love to hear how you are protecting your energy so that you can expand your capacity. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may be feeling like she's broken too? I'd love it if you leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It brings me so much joy to know this podcast is helping you. Now it's time for me to stop talking and go soothe my senses in nature. I'll meet you back here next week for another episode. Take care.